Welcome back for another video. Ladies and gentlemen, reigning FPL World Champion Lovro Budišin. For the next video in the pre-season series, we're going to take an exclusive first look at the Champs FPL team. It's a really good team as well. It almost looks over budget, but it's not. Earlier in the pre-season, I actually did an interview with Lovro, which is completely free to read if you'd like to look at that. Go to fpl.page and you'll see it there under articles, or I'll link it below. I know maybe like half of you love to skip straight to the end of these videos to see the team. You know who you are. For this one, I would recommend watching it all the way through because we're going to analyse the picks. And he's also sent a ton of thoughts in for us, which should be on screen as we move through each position. By the way, Lovro watches the content on this channel, which is unbelievable. He destroyed my league last season. He had about a 50-point lead after Game Week 38. So make sure you're subscribed. It might be your season next. We're going to be doing a similar video to this one as well very shortly, looking at a few further drafts in one video from past FPL champions, which is going to be unmissable content as well. So in goal, he's gone with Sanchez. Now Chelsea, to be fair, one of the best defences last season. They conceded the third fewest goals after Arsenal and Liverpool, and obviously their keepers will set you back an extra 0.5 million, and Chelsea do have better opening fixtures as well. He also pointed out that this might be a spot that he changes. He's not sure on the goalkeeper yet. It could be a placeholder for another 5 mil keeper like Cielo, for example, or two 4.5 mil keepers. In defence, it's Williams, Vardy and Udogie. Now, there is a clear trend that centre-backs are going to be superior for those defensive contribution points, but Williams is actually a rare exception where he did pretty well in both categories, like attacking returns and also DCs. And he actually would have gotten more DC points than any fullback or wingback last season with 18. And he offers a 0.5 million saving on Milenkovic and Murillo. So yeah, it could be a smart pick. I've gone pretty cold on Vardy as a pick myself. They and Arsenal are just so bad for DC points, but obviously there is that good clean sheet potential which might make up for it, especially with Rodri back for City. Just the 10 extra points Vardy would have gotten last season for DCs. Meanwhile, Tarkowski, for example, would have been on an additional 44, and he would have ended just 11 points behind Vardy for 0.5 mil cheaper. Frank said the other day that Udogie felt something in their most recent friendly in the warm-up, so he's been left out as a precaution, and he added that they just want to be on top of the injury, so it's one to monitor. It sounds like it's a minor one. If he's okay for 4.5 mil, he could provide excellent value as an attacking fullback. Lovely opening fixture as well. So it's a stacked midfield. Lovro's gone with Adingra at Rogers, Salah, Palmer and Wirtz. It's incredibly light in that 4.5 mil to 5.5 mil price tag this season, isn't it? There's just so few midfielders of option. It's largely defence and midfielders, the likes of Caicedo, Christie, Reinders, Anderson and so on. However, Adingra is a rare exception. Signed for big money, Sunderland has shown a load of ambition in the window to try and stay up. He's an attacking 5.5 mil mid. He scored last pre-season match for them as well even, and they've arguably got the best fixtures as well to open the season, so I really like the pick for 5.5 mil. You can just leave him in your team for at least a few weeks and see how he gets on. So the champ has spoken. It's Salah over Haaland, and he's gone with Palmer as well, two premiums in midfield. Liverpool have reportedly been training with both Wirtz and Ekitike up front, which is quite interesting, but yeah, that's probably just Slot trying things out, as he often does, or he just wants to get all the attackers involved. Wirtz played as a false 9 earlier in pre-season, and in the most recent one he played as a 10 behind Ekitike, which is almost a full-strength Liverpool team, barring Alisson and McAllister basically. Wirtz got his first Liverpool goal that match as well, taking up a brilliant position at the 6-yard box as he often does, received the ball from Jones and equalised for Liverpool before he came off shortly after. Interestingly, in that interview I did with him back in pre-season, before he'd even signed for Liverpool and before FPL had launched, he said he thinks Wirtz could be in for a great season if he joins, and now he is in his team. He said he fancies him for 5 to 10 goals and 15 plus assists this season if he doesn't get injured. I asked about Saka, who's obviously not in here, and Lovro said, given there's a chance he won't be on penalties, he's going to lose some of his value, and in that case he basically said I think he might be slightly overpriced. He also said there's too many combinations this season, there's lots of good options, and there's too little information. In the end, he said I always go with my gut feeling, and it's harder by far than in the middle of the season. It's a great point he's making, before the season kicks off, we're all on a clean slate really. What was true last season is not necessarily true now, especially with some of these rule changes in place. So yeah, it's the best time of the season to go with your gut. if you've done your research or you fancy a particular player or a particular structure or even chip strategy. Like, for all we know, the Game Week 1 bench boost is the optimal play. For all we know, Haaland and Saka is the best premium combination. And that might sound crazy right now given they're the least popular, but anything's possible before the season kicks off. Whereas yeah, once we're like 8 or so game weeks into the season, I would say that's when we really start to form a clear idea of what's going on, the state of play and so on. Rodgers seems to be growing in popularity by the day. He's nailed on every game. He's nailed for 90 minutes basically every game. It was 37 starts last season, 19 goal involvements in those 37 starts. So yeah, on average just about every other game. Villa have got great fixtures as well, all the way until Game Week 9. So he's actually one of the few players that's basically locked in my team now. I like the idea that you can chuck him in and you don't have to worry about him for a long time. Up front, the champ's gone with Solanke and Watkins. It's an incredible front two, and he's really squeezed all the value out of defence to get this front two here, when obviously lots of others, myself included, running with Watkins or Solanke and then a 6.5 mil forward. He did in fact say, I need to reset my mindset that this is the start of a new season and I don't have like 103 million to have 8 great attackers. Yeah, it's an extremely strong front 7 he's gone for, and he's got no defensive contribution picks in midfield at all. And for all we know, completely swerving the DC picks could be the best strategy. You know, when lots of us are hoping to get a 4-pointer from Anderson or Caicedo instead of 2 points, Adingra could be racking up the goal involvements over that time. And I suppose it goes without saying, but to win FPL you have to go against the grain at times, which he certainly did last season, and he could be doing that again with some of these picks here. Solanke makes a lot of sense, 7.5 mil. If you haven't watched the YouTubers FPL teams video that I did, that'll be on screen at the end in a minute. I went through 25 teams and I compiled all the data, all the players picked, and Solanke was by far the most owned striker. Lovro asked a valid question, and he does have some potential transfers before the window closes in his mind. He said, where do I go if Watkins leaves? Gyökeres seems risky for the same price from Game Week 1. But likewise, who's going to come in for Newcastle if Isak leaves, and at what price? Like if it's Wissa, who's 7.5 mil, he said, I'll 99% bring him in. So yeah, if you're struggling to fit together your perfect team right now, there could still be market movements that's going to unlock everything for us. On his bench, it's Kinski, Maatsen, Goodmanson and Krupi Jr. He did emphasise that Maatsen's there if Digne leaves Villa, otherwise it would be another 4.5 mil defender. If Digne does leave, then yeah, given Villa's great fixtures till Game Week 9, Maatsen and a 4 mil defender might be just about enough depth. I mean, he clearly fancies Villa's fixtures to triple up like that. There's no other triple ups, other than that it's double Spurs and it's double Liverpool and double Chelsea as well, including Sanchez in goal. No Arsenal assets at all. Yeah, Goodmanson's 4 mil, he's just joined Leeds this transfer window and he's expected to start in left back for them. Could be a nice cheap enabler. I asked Lovro about chip strategy as well, and he said nothing planned currently, and he said I don't really have any thoughts on chip strategy or usage just yet, but I don't think I'm going to bench boost Game Week 1. So what do you think of the Champions FPL team? I read every comment, so do leave one below, and huge congrats again to Lovro. Like, whatever happens this season, he's won it all now. As I said, I did an interview with him over pre-season, which is on FPL.page. I'll link that below to read completely free. And make sure you are subscribed. We're going to look at a bunch of former FPL Champions teams in an upcoming video. See you soon for the next one.